All right, students, get ready for your first sound engineering project. We're going to go to Google Classroom for sound engineering, and we are going to look at the instructions, develop and refine sound design skills, and we're going to read through this. This is the video I'm making right here that will now magically appear. All right, so we're going to open a new Cubase session. I'm going to kind of go through these things that are written here as well. So this is just a written reminder of things that we're doing, things that we're going to master, how we affect audio. It's going to be fantastic. Okay. So you can only use the sound effects that I provide for this project. We're going to be doing a redesign for a race car trailer called Shift 2. So we have a new project. Now, the first thing we want to do is clean this up a bit. We want to be on timecode for our grid type. So just right-click up there. Control-Alt-R to get the right panel away. So it should look like this. All right, so let's just straight away import the video and the audio file. So pay attention as I do this. We're going to import video file, and we're going to go to the desktop. There is a folder with class projects. Shift 2, just keep double-clicking here. We're going to click on Shift 2. There is no audio with it. We're going to hit Open. And I like to move things away from the beginning of the timeline a little bit, just so it's not starting right at the very beginning, okay? And what I'm doing is just making a loop region out of it. F8 will get me the video. Okay, so we're going to be putting sounds to this. It's going to be fantastic. You'll notice here's what others have done with the Shift 2, but I want you guys to maybe listen to these after you get started so that you're not completely trying to copy. But if you want to, you can watch these to get some inspiration so you're not totally lost. Okay, now we're going to import all the audio files needed. File, import audio file, and we're going to go to the same place, desktop, Lumo sound effect, class project, Shift 2. Now, we're going to keep clicking until we see this. Oh, autoplay is turned on, not a problem. So here's all the sound effects. We need to make sure we select all of these by clicking one, holding Shift, and just scroll down, make sure all of them are selected. Now we're going to hit Open. Now, don't click anything after you see this dialog because we're going to do a trick that's going to make our workflow easier. We're going to select neither of these. Do not click either of these. Click the X. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control-P to get the audio pool. Okay, this is going to be cool. So we're going to hit the little plus button on audio. Look, there's all our sound effects. Now I need to move this window over so that I can see the audio pool and my session like this. Okay. We also, we can keep the inspector for now. Okay, so I'm going to move my video. We're just getting organized. Okay, now I'm going to add 6 stereo audio tracks. If I right-click, add audio track, we want 6 of them for starters. Make sure they're stereo, okay? This mono stereo thing, very important. Don't worry about naming them right now. All right, now check it out. We're almost ready to get going. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to design the engine growl with, we have to decide what we're going to use. So if I go over here and click play, it will play the sound. Okay, something that I could manipulate to sound like a car engine. Now, notice that we don't have the option for car engine here because it wants us to be creative. This was an actual competition that people did. So I'm looking for something, a pig squeal. Ooh, a growl. Oh, I have to play. Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to move it over here to this audio track. Make sure we're on timecode. This is set to frame up here, our resolution, and the grid is off right now. Okay, so I'm just zooming in and out. Okay, let's find that place where we see, where is it, right? Okay, it starts right here, okay? So to get organized, I'm going to add a marker track. If I just right-click in this area, this is where I right-click and get all my tracks. Right-click, add marker track. I'm going to move it to the top, and there's 2 buttons you need to worry about, but we're actually only going to use one. So just worry about the right one. So wherever my cursor is, I'm just going to hit plus. So this is going to be, and then I go up to description, car engine. Okay. So I need to move this over, and then I'm just going to loop this so that I can hear it again and again without having to press stop and start. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Oh, There we go. So how long does it need to last? Well, let's see here. Right about there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make this shorter, and I'm going to time extend, make it longer. Time compress and expand it. So sizing applies time stretch. I can hit 1 twice and get the same thing. Okay, I'm just going to make this longer. Okay, and then I'm going to hit 1 again to get back to this. You know, I still think it needs to be a bit longer. Okay, now I'm going to pitch it down. Wow, gritty. Okay, now here's a trick. I'm going to actually bring this same sound effect in on another track, but I'm just going to layer it a little differently here. Now it's not easy to make this sound incredible, but we're going to use distortion. So if I hit the E, this is one of the ways we affect audio with all these different effects. If I go to inserts, I'm going to find under distortion, we're going to use just general distortion. Let's try that. Okay. Doing the same thing on this one. And I'm not exactly sure what these knobs are doing completely, but I know what to look for. So boost is going to change the tone, right? We just want to change the tone. Okay, so I do want that to last way longer. So let's see how much we can get away with. Well, it's not bad. You know, I'm going to add a little reverb to this as well. Again, clicking the E, that stands for effects, reverb, Roomworks. Okay, so you see how one of those sound effects is now done, and then I would move on to the fire. You know, what could I use for this fire exhaust sound? Well, we have, what do we have? We have to listen. We have to take time to listen to these things. A gas stove? Okay, straight away, let's just drag that in and mess with this one. I'm going to mute these right now. And then I can keep them on if I want, but I want to work on this section now. So we're just organized, methodical, kind of going through. You don't have to start at the beginning, but I recommend it. So I want to take this part of it and see, where's my fire? Right here. Okay. I'm going to chop this up. I'm going to make this way longer as well. Well, how long can I make it? Well, let's see. Maybe that long? I just want this part of it. What I can do is just keep on making things longer and longer, because I need it to fill up quite a bit of time, but it might be too much, because you're going to hear it's going to start to sound weird. Yeah, the audio fidelity is so low that it's not sounding quite fantastic, so just be aware of that. But let's make it sound as good as we can, okay? So I'm going to add that distortion plugin again. finding presets when I search in this black box. I'm just finding presets. You know, arena, cathedral, these are going to be very ambient spaces. Yeah, that's definitely better than it was before. Fading in and out the audio, right? So things you can do to audio: fade in, fade out, reverse, time stretch, etc. All right, so far we have these two things. Oh. If I ever want to clear all the solos or mutes, I just click one or both of these buttons and that'll go away. Make sure to hit save. Awesome. Enjoy yourselves.